Daniel, I know I said I was enjoying the drama online the other night, but I'm not really. I said it to wind your mother up. Also, I do feel guilty hating her because she is, after all, your mum, and that's not really fair to you, is it?
I love her. I really do, Jenny. I love Dad too. You see, I can't even mention him without thinking of him as Dad, but he's not, and
And you're confused? Of course you are, love. Anyone would be.
I told our Callum myself yesterday.
How did he take it?
He laughed. Forgot what a laid-back little shit he really is. Nothing is ever a big deal to him. I should have known.
But this is about you, right? He won't understand that because his parentage hasn't come into question.
Tell me why you hate Mum so much.
Oh, I can't, Daniel. She's your mum and it's not.
Tell me, Jenny. I need to know everything.
It started when we were kids, Daniel. She was a toffee-nosed little madam, spoilt rotten, an only child, always got her own way and screamed the place down if she didn't. I was a sickly child and she bullied me. She could be really vicious with it too.
This at primary school?
No, both. We ended up in high school together too, and she was just as bad there. But she had her mates to help her too. It wasn't a nice time for me, but I put it behind me. You do, don't you? I grew up and outgrew the fears of others, and I learned to fight back.
What about Philip then?
I had no contact with Susan after school until she moved in next door. Didn't even recognise her at first. It had been that long.
Philip?
Lovely man, salt of the earth, and he doted on his first wife, David's mum. She died of cancer when she was only 36, and Philip was about 40 then, I think. Philip never left her side, but David was a bit too young to understand what was going on, really.
How did you meet my mum?
At a social club, I believe, a few months after his wife died. One of his friends suggested he start living again and took him to a folk night, and Susan was there and...
Mum, folk music, are you sure? She's always hated that type of music.
David played it all the time during his first marriage. He and his wife were regulars at folk clubs, and when they won the lottery, they were able to travel the world on folk music camps and...
The lottery?
Oh, yeah. 7 million back in the early days of the lottery. Luck of the Irish, we said. Oh, by the way, your real dad was Irish, I forgot to say. Such a gentle, lilting, Southern Irish accent it was, too, so attractive and funny. When I come to think of it, I never heard folk music after Susan moved in.
Look, Jenny, I don't want to appear rude, but it's like you're covering up for Philip to make things easier for me. Dad tells me that Philip battered Mum and that she lived in fear for years because he was a violent man, and...
That's not the Philip I know. And I lived next door to him and your mum for almost 15 years. I never once heard a raised voice. In fact, Susan used to avoid me. But I did hear her once tearing a strip off Philip because he spoke to me over the garden wall when she was sunbathing.
So what about Mum then? Do you think they were actually happy? I mean, they were together for a long time, and...
She was 19 when she moved in with Philip, and David was 16. They were closer in age because Philip was past 40. I always thought it odd. I think Philip was a bit ashamed too, if I'm honest, because he introduced her as his young cousin at first to my mum and dad. We were, after all, the same age, me and your mum, so...
Sounds more like a dirty old man.
Yeah, I thought that for a while, but he was just lonely. David was in and out doing his own thing, and when he was home from uni, but your mother ran the roost. You make no mistake about that. She had Philip eating out of the palm of her hand, the little madam. That's why I don't understand why you think Philip was nasty and violent, because...
Because that's what Mum told Dad.
Do you think he believes her?
Yeah, I really do. He looks so hurt for her when he speaks about it.
Curious.
What is?
How David has never spoken to me since moving out with your mother. Does he know something I don't? Or is Susan keeping him away from me?
So I only know what people are telling me, Jenny. It's like every tiny bit of information I'm hearing is handed me on a need-to-know basis, and
There's more to this than even I thought of at first, isn't there?
someone's hiding something, but why?
Well, you tell me, Daniel.
You know what I think, Jenny? I think you need to get Dad on his own and ask him.
What's the point, Daniel? I mean, firstly, it isn't really my business, is it? And secondly, why would you believe me? I only know what I know.
Jenny, please. I'm asking you to, so that's making it your business, isn't it?
Well, I suppose. But what are you going to hope to gain from it all, Daniel? Philip is dead, so nothing's going to change.
Peace of mind, maybe?
Okay. Seeing as you are hurting so much, I will speak to David tomorrow. Your mother is going to turn on me good style for this, though.
Just leave my mother to me.